What's up guys, LosCar50. Here I got a wideband. It's a failsafe from AEM. I'm going to be replacing the one in the Cobra. The Cobra does have one, but it's analog and this is a digital, and it has a failsafe technology built into it, and you can do all kinds of stuff with this wideband. And as well, I picked up a little decal cover to go on top of one of the face plates. This will match the remaining of my gauges in my Cobra, which I'll show you guys later on. I got the wideband. I already opened it up, but either way, here she is. Little update, I got my speed hut wideband off. It's a little tricky since the previous owner, or whoever put it on, routed these cables a little differently than what I was expecting, but it's out now. Right now everything looks like a mess, but I'm in the process of cleaning through all the wiring, taking out what I don't need, and then I will I have this boost gauge right here. I'm going to put this one where my wideband used to be, on the top location of my 3 gauge pillar, and then I put my AEM failsafe wideband right there. So slowly but surely we're moving along. Now I got the AEM wideband gauge on there. I got the power and ground on there, so we're gonna give it a test. Keys. Let's see what she does. Yep. I gotta put on my speed hut gauges on the side. Other than that, I'm glad I got this bad boy on there. It's pretty sweet. Quick update, I've been working on this car on and off for a few days now. Just taking my time, I don't want to rush into anything. Still working on the gauges. Pretty much, as you can see here, let me turn on the music real quick. I ended up changing out all the wiring to my speed hut gauges because it was just really, to me, it was a mess. So I ordered new wiring from Speed Hut. Got that all. I got these parts soldered, and these are much simpler. They're like a chain series now, which makes it a lot easier. And then I have my lines for each gauge labeled now. I have like for the water temp, I have the fuel pressure gauge, and my boost gauge over here. Can't get the focus. Oh, anyways, the boost gauge. And now I'm gonna put everything back together. I got everything nice and clean. There was a bunch of wiring. I ended up taking off the meth kit. There's some wiring off of that too, that now that I took off the kit, it looks much more cleaner down there too. Yeah, it just makes me feel a lot better knowing that the car is gonna have everything nice and tucked and wired properly per my liking. I went ahead and ordered a LFP boost gauge overlay and installed that as well, since I already have all the inside taken apart and whatnot. I followed Danny Johnson's tutorial video on how to do this. Really simple job. By the way, huge shout out to Danny Johnson. He's helped me out a lot in regards to questions that I've had about this car, and he has some really good videos out there. Really cool guy. So y'all follow him, subscribe to his channel. Since my car pushes about 17 to 18 psi pounds of boost, I went ahead and ordered this one that goes up to 23, in case if like later on I decide to pull it down. So I think that's a pretty nice touch to this gauge cluster, and on she goes. So it's night time now, but I got everything all nice and snug, all fit up. We're about to turn on the car and check out the illumination of these gauges, the wideband along with the Speed Hut gauges. Beautiful. Check that out, guys. Apparently these Speed Hut gauges are really popular among the Cobra community, and luckily enough this car came with them. Quick video update. So I ended up replacing my air filter for the JLT ram air intake. It was super dirty, but here it is. Looks great. This is the old one. I just decided to buy a new one. I could have cleaned it out, but I'd rather have a new one. So we did that, and also ordered a KMJ alternator. I already put that in the car, and when I took this one off, I didn't realize it's already an upgraded alternator as well, PA Performance. So I'm probably just going to sell this one. Either way, KMJ alternator, I bought it under my name, so if I ever have any issues, I won't have a problem just getting it returned in exchange for a new one, because those come with lifetime warranty. So the reason behind that is, doing my research, looking at these Cobras and buying one, it was suggested that I replace alternator because the OEM spec ones are really weak. They go out real quick due to I guess the compact area that they're in with the heat of the engine and whatnot. They just tend to go out pretty soon. So I heard a lot of good things about the KMJ alternator, so I ended up going with the Titan that they offer. You can probably see it through here. Yeah, there it is. It's already installed. Well, I'm still installing it right now, but just a little update. It's a 200 amp alternator, so give me some ease of mind. I won't have to worry about that for a while for sure. In the meantime, I was going to replace the main drive belt for the supercharger, the primary belt. Even though it's good, I wanted to go with the Gates green belt. I went to auto parts store, but they don't have them in stock, so I'm gonna have to order one and I'll replace it later on. So far, I'm enjoying it. I enjoy working on this car, and the alternator is not that bad to replace, really. It looks worse than what it really is. Forgot to mention, if you go with the KMJ Titan alternator, they do say you got to clear the alternator bracket. This is the upper bracket. Remove 4 10mm bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. And you got to clearance it out right here. They send instructions, but it basically tells you what to do, but just as a visual reference on video, that's how it's supposed to be clearanced out, roughly. So just wanted to give a heads up. Today I'm going to be replacing my side scoop inserts. This car came with some aftermarket ones, but they look kind of dirty from the inside, like glue was used or something. I'm not sure what brand these are. So I decided to go with some OEM replacements. I actually found a pair. It's in really good shape used, because brand new they go for like 150 bucks on eBay, because I mean they don't make these anymore, you know. So here they are. I got me the pair. These are unique to the 0304 Cobras with this design. The others, I think on the GT or the Mach 1, had like the honeycomb style. So when you turn these around, if you look carefully, these actually say Terminator on the back. So these are one of the few parts on these cars that actually have a stamping that says Terminator. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I had to go with the OEM ones, because you can get some replacement ones that look like these that are just like a off-brand, and they won't have that, you know. And yeah, nobody will see that at the end of the day, but it's cool knowing, like, personally, that are the original ones and actually do say Terminator on the back. So we're gonna slap those on, take those off right over there. Alright, so I got it in nice and snug. How it goes. Looks pretty good. Much better than what I had, I think. So here's a before, and yeah, that's another reason why the driver's side, the little mesh insert fell off. That's another reason why I wanted to replace these. If anybody knows what brand these are, I'm really interested to find out. Drop a comment below, because my hood heat extractor inserts are also like the same design. But these are pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to change these. I like these. So next thing on my list is to change out the spark plugs. Per my tuner's recommendation, he suggested to go with the NGK TR6s. They appear to be a really popular plug for the Cobra community. I already went ahead and pre-gapped these to 25 thousandths. These I didn't measure them to be at 37 thousandths right out the box, so they did require a little bit of adjustment there. So yeah, I'm gonna drop these into the engine. Just gonna do everything on my part that I can to get this car ready. The next step will be getting a tune after this. So I just want to get it as ready as possible, you know, to get the most accurate air-fuel ratio numbers and whatnot. Yep, I'm gonna put these into the Terminator. Got the old plugs out. So it actually had some TR6s already in it, but there's no telling how long or how old these are, so it's always better to just change them out. Doing the driver's side first, super easy. I just took two 10mm bolt right here for the valve cover, or the spark plug cover, and then just took off some of the quill packs off, and they're all right there. Passenger side will be a little bit more difficult just because the intake is in the way, but that's not a big deal. I'll just take this off and it should be good. Super simple, super easy to change the plugs on these cars.